Tigers, Bulldogs, Saints. Welcome to DC Blitz, presented by DeKalb County Insurance.
Greetings and salutations, one and all. we welcome you to DC Blitz.
He did that on purpose. He's running me off.
Welcome to DC Blitz. This is our, 23rd show, y'all. 23 weeks we've been doing this.
And my last.
And the wheels are still just wobbling.
Yeah, you folks at home, you have no idea what goes on those final few seconds before that video goes live. We're scrambling, and well, they're not, but they're loving watching me stress out over here. We have a lot of fun with this. I look forward to this every week, y'all. This is kind of become my stress relief, just something I get excited about. Wake up on Saturday morning and I'm ready to go, and it's been a lot of fun these 23 weeks.
Casey did think that we should be stressing with you, but we just didn't go along.
But you just didn't do it. That's the thing.
Then we took a vote and decided not to.
We all know our wheelhouse, and our wheelhouse is none of this stuff.
Yeah, well, I know enough to be dangerous. That's thankfully we have Daniel, because Daniel knows this stuff, and I know enough to get us in trouble when it comes to the technical aspect of all this. I've always said I'm the mouth. I have to have a brain, somebody here that can do all the actual work, because I'm just not very good at all that. But anyway, we've got a great show today. Coming up here in about 15, 20 minutes, we're going to have Shelia Kirby and some members of the DeKalb County High School cheerleading squad. Mark Prichard's coming around 9:30 today. 10 and under Lady Rangers softball. And Kelly, you're a little more familiar with that program than we are. Kind of give us a little fill-in before Mark gets here about this Lady Rangers softball program and what they're doing.
Well, I think about a year ago, they started, and I kind of think they took the all-star team, and they had a couple of other 10-year-olds that are now in the 12 U, and they started a team, and it's pretty much local girls. Mm-hmm. And he just takes them and plays tournaments, and they practice about 2 times a week. We did not come on board until this fall, mm-hmm. and we started playing with them some just because of convenience for me. It's local. Yeah. But they're doing a really good thing. Mark and Amanda put a lot of time in, and they're doing a wonderful job with these girls.
We're excited to talk to Mark, and Mark's actually one of our sponsors too, Ranger Break, and we appreciate that, but we'll be talking softball with him. Around the bottom of the hour, around 10 o'clock, y'all, we've got an announcement, and I'm excited. We're all excited. We've got an event coming up, and we're going to fill in all the details about that at 10 o'clock, so don't miss that. We'll also have the announcement of the Good Health Family Clinic Student Athlete of the Week. So plenty to get to today. Let's kind of go back and take a look at the weekend review, and let's start Monday night. Thank y'all, by the way, for covering the Upperman DeKalb Middle School Saints basketball game Monday night. I've been battling the crud. Thankfully, I'm starting to feel a little bit better. But, boy, our Saints. And if the season couldn't have ended kind of the way the season went, Casey, so many near misses, so many opportunities. And yet again, coming up on Monday night, a game that, man, you just felt like they were going to pull it out. And there again, Upperman in the last minute, able to win it 35-32. What a season for these boys. But the season ended on the theme it seemed to have the whole year long, just close, but just couldn't quite get over the hump.
I'm sorry. I was trying to figure out what Daniel was eating over there.
He's into the food, so Daniel's done.
Looks pretty good. Anyway.
He's hit play, so
yeah, that'll be great.
There you go, Casey.
I'll take that.
Okay.
That's a breakfast
Hardee's
burrito
this morning. That was a nice change.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope they got the order right. I didn't check it. But anyway. All right, Casey.
Yes. Yes to everything you said. The season ended the way it played out the entire season. However, they did play a lot better throughout the season. I thought that the whole team got a lot better. It just, coming from football, those first few weeks was pretty rough. And then they seemed to settle in as a team and kind of each find their role. And what a way to end the season. If you're going to lose, you might as well lose it that way, because that was about the most exciting game that they had all season.
Reed had a great game. I know he finished with 17 points, and he was just borderline unstoppable, it seemed like, in the game. Defensively, the Saints did a great job on Maverick McCoy. I thought Gavin Frazier did some lockdown. Keegan Taylor had a great defensive effort. Hayden Quarles, just what we expected. It's kind of that boxing one, and somebody was in his hip pocket everywhere he went. He still managed to hit a three, I think, from about a different zip code. Yeah. But, it was a great effort. I mean, they had every opportunity to win the game. It just kind of got away in those late seconds. And my hat's off this team this year. I think they were just fantastic. And, Kelly, you know what it's like to, come up just a little bit short in a postseason game. It hurts, but still a great season in hindsight.
I thought they played great. They played well enough to win. And with tournaments, we can all attest to this. We've seen it. We've seen it in college. We've seen it in high school. Sometimes you just got to be lucky to move on. Yep. And luck just was not on their side. They had the 2 or 3 open shots that would have given them the lead, the tie, different things like that. And it just didn't go in. It was like at that minute, Harry Potter had his wand and was just like, it's not going in. And that happens. But, the boys, they were very upset, but they played so good. And I talked to a couple of them afterwards, and I told them, I was like, did you do your best? And they're like, yeah. I was like, well, then that's all you can ask for. And that is, I know Coach Quarles has took it hard, but they did. The boys performed, and they did the best they could. It just was their unlucky day.
Chris, when you look at Upperman, I mean, they were 20-3 coming in. They only lost, the only 2 of the 3 losses was in conference play to a very good Avery Trace team. But DeKalb in all 3 meetings this year was right there with them. I think it showed what the Saints team had all year long. They could play with anybody. Just, sometimes the breaks don't go your way, but they were right there, and I think they were as good as any team in this conference this year, honestly.
The way that they played Monday night, absolutely, and it's a credit to this group of athletes that we've talked about through football season and basketball, and I was saying I cannot wait for baseball to start with this young group as they go on. As this game developed, we kind of thought refs, might have a big thing to do with this, and the refs did not really affect this game at all. Now, you are going to get bad calls, but not the overwhelming calls that we thought would go against the middle school Saints like, we kind of anticipated. So scratch the refs from all of that. If the Saints are going to win, they're going to shoot well. Yeah. Well, they shot well, but it was from inside the paint. Some layups like Kelly talked about, they missed that, could have changed the outcome of the game. But you expect shooting to be from the perimeter. Mm-hmm. And there weren't that many shots that kept them in. It was the paint scoring primarily of Reed and his 17 points that really kept them in the game for most of it. Very unfortunate. You talk about Upperman. I was able to talk with Sam last night before the DeKalb game and how they really had Avery Trace on the ropes, probably should have won the game, had a couple of meltdowns late in the ball game, then enabled Avery Trace to get the win.
I would say there's 3 people I'd like to talk about on that game. Number 1 is Gavin Frazier. I think that we saw what he adds to this team during that game. That McCoy kid was his deal the whole game. That was his assignment, was to stop that kid. And if you remember when Coach Quarles come on, he wanted to keep him under 20. What did he end up with? It was 6 or 8?
I think it was 9.
I think it was 9,
yeah. It was hardly nothing. And so good for him. He did his job. He cleared the pathway for all those people, including Reed, to be able to come in and down there and score. And sometimes I'm afraid that stuff gets overlooked a little bit, and it shouldn't, because that is a integral part to that team down there. Number 2, Keegan Taylor. Mm-hmm. Keegan Taylor showed up during that game when they needed him to show up more than any other game this season. And he not only was willing to and made shots from the outside, but he got in there and got scrappy with everybody that was out there. He was the one that caused that jump ball there at the end to give him even a chance to go up and tie it. And he did stuff like that all game long. To me, he was the player of the game of that game. And number 3 is the coach here. How about him coming in here last minute?
I know it.
And taking over that and running it like, man, I was just sitting there thinking,
I'm looking over my shoulder. Who are you talking about?
I thought he had this planned the whole time, like so prepared. It's even like this morning. He's got all these notes, and he knows exactly what he's going to say. He had all of us lined up what we were supposed to do, and I didn't even bring a piece of paper or anything with me. I've got this, and I've never looked at it so far.
Casey walks in, we hand him paper and a burrito, and he's ready to go.
Yes. Give me one burrito, I'm good.
See, watching you three, I just thought, I can retire.
No.
But congrats to the Saints and, Coach Quarles and this whole team. They made us proud this year. And you're right, Coach Quarles took the loss hard. But, I've been proud. I've enjoyed watching this team this year. And this group of kids, we've talked about them all year long, from football to basketball. Now we're going to baseball, and that's going to be a whole lot of fun. Baseball, I think February 10th is kind of the start. High school, I know, for practice to get underway. So we're going to be doing some spring sports previews in the not-too-distant future and start shifting gears toward that. And we'll be very excited to talk about DeKalb West baseball once that gets underway here in just a few weeks. High school basketball, DeKalb County, the Lady Tigers snapped their losing streak, a 6-game skid on Tuesday night. 43-35 win over Warren County. Good night for Jordan Agee. She had 18 points. Lily Young put in 12 as DeKalb County got a good win there. Tigers, they are now on a 6-game losing streak. They lost to Warren County, a good Warren County team coached by Danny Fish, 56-40. Then last night, boy, just got away from the Tigers, 68-53, and you might have had a chance. Hopefully you were at the game, but we had it here on DC Blitz, and you can go back and watch it on our YouTube channel. But, there was a game that was 51-48 there in the fourth quarter. DeKalb County was within striking distance. Fouls, and I think we kind of talked about the temperament of the game for the Tigers sort of changed down the stretch. Free throws became a big deal, and Kelly just sort of slipped away there. We look, and Coach said this during the broadcast last night, it was a 15-point margin, but the game was a whole lot closer than that.
Yeah, they had to start fouling. And again, the only thing I saw, they just went away from what was working for the first 3.5 quarters, that last 4 minutes. And Coach Agee talked about playing games in 4 minutes. It was kind of really lost in that last 4 minutes. It was lost all over the whole game with the free throws. Yeah. But the last 4 minutes exposed what had went on kind of the whole game. It was close, but when free throws, they just matter. I think as a coach, I would have at halftime said, I don't want to see anybody shooting anything but free throws. Get out there and shoot some free throws. But, they're boys. They'll bounce back. I know Dallas Kirby was sick, even though he came in and had, I don't know if that's his career high, game high of 22. And John Hendricks, we talked about, he had 15 points, and I think all of them were threes. And you would think that, and it's an accomplishment. But he was so quiet. He was so quiet about it because Dallas was doing such a good job. But, kudos to John for stepping up and hitting those shots when they needed them. And he kept them in the game as well. Those two, and they did a great job. I talked about John's defense. I asked what position he played in football because I said I could see the safety in him in football. In basketball, he was reading those passes. He got 3 major steals that got him right back in the game. And then they just kind of fell apart, in the last 4 minutes.
Big night, as you mentioned, for Dallas. Kirby ended up with 20 and play. We didn't really realize until after the game that how really under the weather he was, and he played with a lot of emotion last night. Tigers come up short, though, 68-53. They'll look to bounce back Tuesday night as Cumberland County comes to town. And right now, when you start looking at the district standings, everything's kind of falling into place, so to speak. Upperman on the boys' side gets another win over Stone Memorial. They win by 14 at Stone last night. I think you can pretty much just put the star by Upperman as regular season champions. I don't think anybody's going to beat them. And you got Stone and Livingston tied there at second place. Cumberland, White, and DeKalb fighting there toward the middle to the bottom of the pack. And then on the girls' side, White County gets the big win last night. They maintained first place by a game over Upperman. They've already beaten Upperman, so you can really legitimately count that as 2 games. But they will play again later in the season. Cumberland County, they beat Livingston again, and that was a team I was talking about last night. Keep an eye on them. They went to Livingston and won last night. I think they're sneaky good as they go to 4-2 in the district. Livingston now 2-4. Stone 1-5, and DeKalb County 0-6 right now in district. All right, we got a loaded show, and we're going to go ahead and get to break right now. We've got the DeKalb County High School cheerleaders waiting on deck. You're watching DC Blitz, and we are presented by DeKalb County Insurance.
Teamwork, accountability, honesty, showing respect, dependability. These are all qualities that I began learning as an athlete growing up in DeKalb County. Hi, this is Tennessee Assistant Golf Coach Payne Denman. Whenever you're looking for a teammate that has your back, look no farther than my friend Grant James and the team at DeKalb County Insurance. They can help out with all your business, auto, home, life, or Medicare insurance needs. Give them a call today at 615-597-0660 or visit them at www.decabinsurance.net. Tell them I sent you, and as always, go Vols.
When closing on a new home or piece of property, you want the process to be as smooth as possible. For almost 20 years, DeKalb Title LLC has been helping new property owners in Smithville and DeKalb County through that process promptly and efficiently. As your trusted title expert and closing company, they believe buying or selling real estate should be a joyous occasion, and their team does everything possible to keep it that way. DeKalb Title works to make sure your transaction gets to the closing table and your new property is secure for years to come. Let DeKalb Title help you close and protect your residential, commercial, or new construction transaction today. Call 615-597-2303 or visit them online at DeKalbTitle.com.
As first-time home buyers, navigating the real estate market can be both exciting and daunting. At Farmhouse Realty, we understand your unique needs and are dedicated to guiding you through the process with ease. With our extensive knowledge of DeKalb County and its surrounding areas, we can help you find your dream home or sell your existing property at the best possible price. Farmhouse Realty is committed to understanding your financial situation and goals, finding the perfect home that aligns with your lifestyle, negotiating the best terms for your purchase or sale, and being there for you every step of the way. Give us a call today at 615-597-FARM. That's 615-597-3276, or check out our listings at farmhouserealty.org. Farmhouse Realty. Let us help you achieve your real estate dreams.
There's nothing like homegrown. Around here, nothing grows better than local businesses and families. It's because starting on common ground makes things just shoot up. Just look at those neighborhoods and business districts. Around here, it's always growing season.
At First Bank, we share your hometown and your love for our community. That means you get down-to-earth local lenders who get down to business faster. First Bank. Bank local, get more. Member FDIC.
Prompt, professional, and courteous healthcare services. That's what you find when you visit Good Health Family Clinic, 414 East Broad Street in Smithville. When you're on the go, you can't afford to be sick. The staff at Good Health Family Clinic is committed to getting you back on your feet and feeling better as soon as possible. They are locally owned, so you know you're being helped by people from right here at home, who you know and trust. Good Health Family Clinic accepts most insurances and is currently accepting new patients. Call to schedule an appointment, 615-597-4432. Good Health Family Clinic. Your family's good health is our mission.
Smithville's brand new hair experience is the Hairloom, located at 107 West Main Street, in the heart of downtown. At the Hairloom, we believe that every client deserves exceptional service and personalized care. Whether you're looking for a fresh cut, a stunning color, or a rejuvenating facial, our experienced team of licensed barbers, cosmetologists, and estheticians is here to make your vision a reality. Step into our relaxing and friendly environment where you can unwind while we pamper you. Your comfort and satisfaction are our top priorities. Give us a call at 615-417-1081 or book your appointment online at thehairloom.com. Experience the hair journey you've been waiting for at the Hairloom, where your beauty blooms.
Impact Physical Therapy is a direct access, cash pay physical therapy clinic, which means your care is provided one-on-one by a doctor of physical therapy, tailored to you and your needs. Whether it be injury, performance, or generalized health improvements, a plan is developed to improve your overall health, mobility, and strength safely and without injury. Another benefit of direct access is if injury does occur, you can immediately seek out care for an evaluation and treatment, potentially that day or the next day, without having to wait for a doctor appointment. Impact Physical Therapy, located at 656 West Broad Street in Smithville, inside Vitality Fit. For an appointment, call or text 615-464-7479.
Do you ever get tired of long waits at the corporate pharmacy? Well, let me introduce you to your hometown hero, Johnny's Drugs, located at 516 West Main Street in Smithville. Johnny's Drugs is all about friendly service and efficiency. Our team knows your name and understands your needs because we're not just a pharmacy, we're your neighbors. Experience the warm, welcoming atmosphere that only a hometown pharmacy can provide. Johnny's Drugs, where friendly faces and efficient hometown service come together.
When you've been in business for over a quarter century, you know you're doing something right. And they've been doing things right at Kilgore's Restaurant since 1997. When you ask people around town about the best place to eat, you can bet the name Kilgore's will be mentioned. From their amazing chicken to juicy steaks, fresh fish, succulent shrimp, hearty burgers, or flavorful pork chops, Kilgore's has something for everyone. Don't forget their hot bar at lunchtime, Mondays through Fridays, then bring the family back for dinner. They are open from 10 until 9 Mondays through Thursdays and 10 until 10 on Fridays. If you're on the go, you can phone in your order at 615-215-8249, then pick it up at their convenient drive-through window. Come on down to Kilgore's Restaurant, where every meal feels like home.
At Love Cantrell Funeral Home, we understand that this life is a journey filled with highs and lows. Just as every game has its final whistle, so too does every life have its final moment. When that time comes, Love Cantrell Funeral Home would love the opportunity to earn your trust. We provide compassionate care and professional services to fit your family's financial needs. Whether you're celebrating a life well lived or finding comfort in the time of sudden loss, we're here to support you every step of the way. Love Cantrell Funeral Home has been a proud sponsor of all DeKalb County athletics for over 65 years. Love Cantrell Funeral Home, where love is not only in our name, but also in our services.
Ranger brake offers made in the USA, assembled in the USA, and world-sourced brake lines so that they can meet all levels of market demand. That helps them maintain a good, better, and best approach to giving customers the options they need to succeed with ease. Ranger Brake has a second-to-none qualifying process which ensures each and every product is certified before it's actually sold in the USA. By providing qualified products that are tested in the USA, Ranger Brake is doing their part to keep it safe out on the roads. Ranger Brake, proud supporters of all DeKalb County athletics.
Smithville FBC is proud to support DC Blitz and all DeKalb sports. We have a place for you to call home on Sunday mornings and Wednesday night. We have nursery available. Pre-K through 5th graders are welcome to join Faith Kids. 6th through 12th graders are welcome to join FBC students, and everyone's outside of that is welcome to join all of our adult ministries. We meet Wednesday nights at 6, and Sunday morning small groups begin at 9 with worship at 10. Join us at Smithville FBC. It's a place to call home.
Want a mower that's tough enough to break all the rules? Want everything without sacrificing anything? Want performance for the long haul at an unbeatable value? The perfect balance of power and performance? You want a bad boy mower. Packed with power, muscle, simplicity, and comfort, the pro and you demands. It's your time. You deserve a bad boy. Bad Boy Mowers. Mow with an attitude. Find your big boy mower at Southern Landscape Supply, 611 Rich Froning Way in Cookeville. Visit them online at thesouthernlandscapesupply.com.
That's so weird. I can hear the bumper music, and I panicked over bumper music. Of all the things, Kelly.
Look, they were talking about building something last night on the computer, and Coach Vance and I just started talking about building Legos because I was like, that's the only thing I know how to build.
We are DC Blitz. We're presented by DeKalb County Insurance, and we are honored this morning to have Coach Shelia Kirby and members of the DeKalb County High School basketball cheerleaders. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Y'all almost look happy to be here.
Sure.
It's good to have you with us today, and Shelia, we appreciate y'all taking time out. You know, we talk a lot of sports. We don't, get a chance to talk a lot about the cheerleaders, but y'all do a whole lot. And first and foremost, I want to get into kind of how the season gets started for you. Preparation. What do you do to sort of get the ball rolling to start the year out?
So typically the basketball season ends in February. Mm-hmm. We have tryouts in April and start in April. So my girls, being basketball cheerleaders, truly have very little time off. We have tryouts in April, and we start practice immediately. We go through the summer. We practice all summer. We have a summer camp, typically two. We have a choreography camp and then as well as summer camp. And then August starts, and we go 2 to 3 days a week and go through February.
Tryouts, what do you look for?
Well, we actually we bring in people outside. The basketball team brings in people outside of the county so that there's no bias in the judging.
Sure.
So we bring them in. They have a list of things that they're looking for. You get tumbling, you get jumps. To me, motions are the most important because that's what you see the most. Then we do a dance. So their choreography, like how they pick up, how quickly they pick up things, and a lot of the things I look for is how easy you are to take constructive criticism. I look at that during tryouts. I look at how they bond. I look at how well you work together. Like Landen and Brylee is not just going to work together. Landen can work with Sara. Landen can work with Annabella. I'm big on that. So I look at that during tryouts as well.
What's a typical week of practice look like?
Right now, we typically practice Monday and Wednesday, about 3 to 4:30 or 5, just depending. This week, we're throwing in a Sunday afternoon practice. So it just depends on the week, what we have going on. We have a pep rally next week, so we are practicing 3 days this week. So just depends on what we have going on. But it's always at least 2 days a week for about 2 hours.
Do you develop the routines prior to the season, or is it kind of an ongoing, we add along the way?
We add along the way. As a matter of fact, last night, we put a pyramid together before the game. We try not to do that too often, but I'm telling you, this group is just, I'm very blessed with such good athletes. They listen, they buy into what I sell, and I'm like, hey, can we throw this together? Just as hard as they can, they work, and they did phenomenal. I'm so proud of them. But yeah, a lot of times we try to have it prepared ahead of time, but last night we found this, threw it together, and that's what we did.
I was going to say, I got there around 4:30, and y'all were already practicing up top, and y'all practiced right up pretty close to game time. So that's why I asked that question, because I thought, obviously, you're probably adding stuff along the way.
We do, and never any complaints whatsoever from my team, ever. They are ready to work so hard. I think cheerleaders don't get the credit that they deserve because they work so hard. And like I said, I never have a group that complains. This is my 3rd season. I never have anyone who says, I don't want to work with her. I don't want to work with him. I can't do that. That's not in our vocabulary. We are an I can and I will group, and they buy into it, and that's what they do.
So I remember you cheering when we were in high school. So how has cheering evolved from Miss Waltine Parker to what you're at now?
So in high school, I was actually a football cheerleader. I cheered basketball in middle school, football in high school, and then whenever I got out of high school, I actually did some junior pro coaching right out of high school. That's just how much I love cheer.
Wow.
I went on to Tennessee Tech. I worked at the fitness center, and I worked with the cheer camps at the fitness center through varsity as well while I was in college. And then got married, came home, never really thought a lot about it. I just love sports in general. So watching sports, watching the cheerleaders is always my favorite. And the job came available when Dallas was a freshman. They had a cheer coach, and then she resigned. And I'm like, oh, I think I would love that. And Chad was like, are you serious? I said, yeah. So he supported me from day one, thankfully. He's my biggest supporter. And I just did it. Like, looking back, I'm like, what was I thinking? But now I could not imagine doing anything else. I absolutely love it. And my mom loved cheer. She was a cheerleader. My sisters were cheerleaders. My daughter's a cheerleader. It's just in our blood. It's what we do. So, and like I tell my team, we're not there without the basketball team. So our job is to cheer them on, get the crowd involved, and all the things. So that's what we do.
How much fundraising do you have to do throughout the year, and how important is it for the community to support these kids?
Yes, fundraising is essential. We don't get any funding whatsoever without fundraising. So that is something that is not fun, but we do it, and the community is beautifully supported us every year that I've been there. Through every single fundraiser that we've done, there's nothing that we've not been able to purchase that we wanted. We have people like Jordan, which I go to First Baptist. Jordan at NIP is always like, hey, can I help you guys? What do you need? We have other churches who've reached out, just businesses, things like that. When we need something, the community has been so great to help us.
Do y'all still do competitions like you did in high school?
We did. We have done, this year we only did one competition. Last year we did a few. This year we did one. That's something different. I didn't compete in school, so this is a different ball game for me. I had to learn it myself, and the kids have loved it. It's hard. It's very hard, but they've learned a lot through it all and have done a really good job with it.
All right, we want to introduce our cheerleaders that we have with us this morning: Annabella Dakas, Sara Moore, Brylee Kirby, Landen Tubbs, and who are our captains? Which you two are the captains. Yes. All right, so. Annabelle, what's the most important responsibility of being a captain?
Well, I'd say there's multiple things, but you have to obviously be willing to help out your coach with whatever she's saying. You're kind of conveying to the team what she's wanting to do, and so you've got to kind of get them together. I think you got to be a team player, and you got to know how to talk to people because you don't want people being angry at you, and you want to have a good atmosphere throughout your team. So you got to be responsible, and you got to good attitude, I think.
So you're kind of the coach on the floor, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So, Sarah, do you feel like that's a lot of pressure to be the coach on the floor, so to speak?
It can be, but I feel like we all help each other. We have a lot of help throughout the floor. We do game plans together. If something's going on, we work it out. We talk through it all. Communicating is very important in situations like that, and so I think we just work through it. It is nerve-wracking sometimes, but it always flows well, and I think we do a pretty good job.
What's the most difficult part of being a captain, do you think?
I feel like sometimes it can be a little tough to sometimes get on to people, or because I hate to just, like, you have to take control sometimes, but you don't want to upset anybody. But,
right.
I mean, it's a part of the job, and you just, like Shelia said, you have to take constructive criticism, and I think that's very important.
Brylee, you're cheering for your mom. Is that tough?
Not really.
We always ask this of the players, like, Kelly's son Maddox, who plays basketball for her. If it's different for you as mom/coach, harder on you or easier on you, or does she treat you the same as everybody else?
She treats me the same, if not harder.
Like if you misstep or something during the night, do you hear about it on the way home?
Yeah.
So it's a little bit similar, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Landen, what do you enjoy most about being part of this squad, and what do you look forward to most on game night?
I'd say like everyone like bonding kind of and seeing me as a teammate.
Yeah.
Because it is different having a male on your team.
Sure.
But, they're really good about like accepting everyone. And
we're seeing more male cheerleaders even on a high school level. We've always seen it collegiately, but we're seeing it more on the high school level as well. What made you want to become part of the cheerleading squad for DeKalb County?
Well, I grew up watching my brothers do sports, and I couldn't really do them because I had spina bifida.
Yeah.
And I couldn't walk till I was about like 3.
Wow.
And at games, I'd see the cheerleaders, and it was something I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I thought it was pretty cool, and I ended up doing it at a pretty young age, and I've went through with it, and it's pretty fun.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
How has being a cheerleader helped you with overcoming the spina bifida?
It definitely helps with my hands a lot because not only do you like use your legs, but you use your hands a lot, like in stunting or like motions and stuff. But yeah,
you're a pretty good tumbler too, aren't you?
I'd say so.
Now,
Yeah.
did you start? Did being enrolled in gymnastics at an early age help you to develop the skills that you have
It did
now
a
to
lot.
do?
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to do the tumbling when you kind of know the correct techniques. I know some guys. I know Isaac. He used to could do a backflip, but it wasn't a conventional round off back handspring backflip.
Yeah.
So that helps. Is this something you want to do past high school?
It is. I definitely want to go to college and do it.
Awesome. Annabelle, what's your favorite cheer?
No, you're good. You're good. You got this. I'm just going to sit over here and drink my water.
Like during the game?
Favorite cheer ever? Because you've done this forever.
We have this new one that we learned last year. It's like we jump through it and like basket, shoot it in for the win. And we always have a really fun time with that one. I think it's fun.
I know you're a flyer. What is your favorite part about being a flyer?
Like last night at the pyramid, I think it's super fun to get just thrown around and do some really cool tricks. And I mean, it can be difficult, but when you see it from the crowd, it's really cool. And just
have you been involved in any of the stunning camps where they're doing the basket toss and throwing you pretty high in the air? I know like they'll have college. I know when y'all go to UCA, don't they have college guys there to help you do your stunning?
Mm-hmm.
How's that?
It's super fun. It can be scary sometimes, but I know that they're here to catch me anytime, but it can be a little nerve-wracking.
And is there injuries involved with that?
There can be, yes. I've never had a bad injury, but she has before, but good now. But
how did you get injured?
It was a stunt. It was actually I think the summer before my sophomore year, the very first thing that we did on the first day of camp. And I think I was going over and I landed on my ankle wrong. And I was like, yep,
That's not good. And let me say, let's say Wednesday, we had 2 nosebleeds. So,
Oh, no.
yeah, stunting is no joke. People don't realize how hard cheerleading is. I mean, they get knocked around all the time. And yeah, Easy Prichard and Brylee both had the Rob, we call them nampons. I don't know, nose things in their nose from getting knocked out, and they just kept going. I mean, they don't even stop. They're stunting. Well, Izzy did for a bit, but stunting, with nosebleeds.
See, you folks at home thought this was all fun and games. They just stand there and yell, and that ain't it at all.
No.
Well, I mean, like I was the mascot, I think, in like 5th grade before you could play basketball, and because we had a really good basketball team.
I want some video of that, by the way.
Well, you can't. Rhea Baker made the mascot uniform.
We're going to have to make a call here.
I know kind of some of the things, and I was the only one in junior high. I was the only one they would let throw up in the air because my dad was the coach and they didn't care. So I do know that there's a lot of techniques to that, and when we had Netflix, we don't have Netflix anymore. We're never at home. I watched that. It's somewhere out in Arizona that
The cheer?
Yeah, the
Yes.
cheer thing.
Navarro, I think.
Yeah, Navarra, and they are like it's intense. I mean, like there's like a lot of weightlifting.
Yes.
There's cardio because their competition they go like 2 minutes. It's like running up and down the basketball court, which you know about because you play basketball. There's a lot of conditioning to cheerleader. How do y'all have to do the conditioning, or is conditioning done on your own?
That's something actually I brought to the program. I bought the jump boxes. Like we have actually boxes in our closet that we pull out, and the girls have to do jump boxes. We do burpees. We do push-ups. We do sprints. We do all the things. I am very heavily I'm on fitness. I mean, I want them to be fit because it's good for them personally, but it's also good for our program. So that is something I am very heavy on is conditioning.
Brylee, how much do the kids ask you? Is your mom in a bad mood and gonna make us run?
A lot, like nonstop.
Do you have to try to keep her in a good mood before cheer practice?
Yeah, I'm like, Mom, it's cheer day. Like, no bad moods here.
So do you bring her coffee in bed and
No.
like you don't even have to take me to school today? I'm good. Just sleep a little longer.
Just be in a good mood, please.
She'll always say, "It's not that deep, Mom. It's not that deep."
On game night, okay, and let's say, and I'll use last night for an example. 4th quarter of the boys' game, it's getting a little wild there and all that. What's that atmosphere like as a cheerleader for you?
It's fun. I think we're just so involved in the game, and we're like, we got to keep cheering, and we get louder, and like we got to make the student section get loud. So we're just all excited, jumping around, like you got this. So we're definitely just as involved, I think, as anyone in that gym.
And let me ask you this too: it like in a close game when it's like that, and do you kind of get more into it than, let's say, if it's a blowout? I mean, do you kind of get into the emotion of the game a little more if it's close?
I think so, yeah. I mean, obviously it's our job to stay hyped no matter what, even if it's like a bad game. But I think you can tell, like, something clicks when it's a close game. We're like, ooh.
Yeah. I'm going to ask a twofold question to each of you as we close up here. And give me, and we'll start with you, Annabelle, just the one thing you like best about cheerleading, and one thing that you think a lot of people may not. I know we talked about a few things that people may not know, but another aspect that people may not know about cheerleading.
My favorite thing is probably stunts. I like doing stunts.
Okay.
And I think people don't know about cheer would probably be just like all the work that we have to put in for stunts, because I think we don't realize like it's not that easy, and it takes every person in that stunt to do their specific job at the same time, 2 counts. So it's a lot of work.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, Sarah.
I think the most fun thing is also stunts and also just the friendships, because I'm realizing now that I'm a senior and it's going to suck that I have to leave everybody and I'm not going to see them all the time or throughout the summer. And then another thing is, like she said, where I don't think people realize how much work and practice is, and like we're throwing in the extra practice Sunday and people don't realize how hard we have to work. And then they see it out and they just think we threw that together, but it actually takes a lot behind the scenes.
Now, Coach Shelia will let you come back and yell at the team next year, so you don't have to go too far away.
Yeah.
All right, Brylee, what about you?
I think the most fun thing would be dances with pyramids and just stunts in general. And then another thing would be like, we work really hard all the time. It's not just like we're yelling on the sidelines.
Right.
Like people always think we're just yelling, but like it takes a lot of work to do what we do.
All right. And Landen?
I'd probably say tumbling. Like tumbling down like the court and just like hearing the crowd cheer for you. That's pretty fun. And another thing is like how determined we are. Because like, you know, we could have a really bad like week of practice, but when it comes to like game days and stuff, like we get our stuff done and we all just come together as a team to perform well.
Well, y'all do an impressive job, and we sure appreciate you coming out. We wanted to take some time to shed some light on what you all do, because you do work hard, and I don't think you get enough credit, so we wanted to spend a little time talking to you this morning. Shelia, thank you so much for bringing your crew out, and anytime y'all want to come back, be with us, all right? All right, Coach Shelia Kirby and members of the DeKalb County High School basketball cheerleaders. When we come back, we'll shift gears and talk some softball. Mark Prichard in the house from the Lady Rangers softball program. This is DC Blitz, presented by DeKalb County Insurance.
It seems like the cost of everything is on the rise, but Erie Insurance can help make sure your auto insurance premium isn't one of them. Avoid rate increases with Erie Rate Lock. Even if you have a claim, your rates won't go up until you change a car, driver, or address.
Your Erie agent is DeKalb County Insurance. Get a quote today at DeKalbInsurance.net.
Erie Rate Lock is not available in all states. Other conditions and limitations at ErieInsurance.com. Go to ErieInsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
When closing on a new home or piece of property, you want the process to be as smooth as possible. For almost 20 years, DeKalb Title LLC has been helping new property owners in Smithville and DeKalb County through that process promptly and efficiently. As your trusted title expert and closing company, they believe buying or selling real estate should be a joyous occasion, and their team does everything possible to keep it that way. DeKalb Title works to make sure your transaction gets to the closing table and your new property is secure for years to come. Let DeKalb Title help you close and protect your residential, commercial, or new construction transaction today. Call 615-597-2303 or visit them online at DeKalbTitle.com.
As first-time home buyers, navigating the real estate market can be both exciting and daunting. At Farmhouse Realty, we understand your unique needs and are dedicated to guiding you through the process with ease. With our extensive knowledge of DeKalb County and its surrounding areas, we can help you find your dream home or sell your existing property at the best possible price. Farmhouse Realty is committed to understanding your financial situation and goals, finding the perfect home that aligns with your lifestyle, negotiating the best terms for your purchase or sale, and being there for you every step of the way. Give us a call today at 615-597-FARM. That's 615-597-3276, or check out our listings at farmhouserealty.org. Farmhouse Realty. Let us help you achieve your real estate dreams.
Hey, Sam! Who said that? Cheryl? What are you doing up there?
My bank always leaves me up in the air. I'm still waiting for an answer. Oh, darn birds.
Well, switch to First Bank. They have fast local decision makers and the latest banking products and digital.
Whew, what a relief. I'll call First Bank. When I was up there, I saw a branch near me.
First Bank never leaves you hanging. Bank local. Get more. Member FDIC.
Prompt, professional, and courteous healthcare services. That's what you find when you visit Good Health Family Clinic, 414 East Broad Street in Smithville. When you're on the go, you can't afford to be sick. The staff at Good Health Family Clinic is committed to getting you back on your feet and feeling better as soon as possible. They are locally owned, so you know you're being helped by people from right here at home, who you know and trust. Good Health Family Clinic accepts most insurances and is currently accepting new patients. Call to schedule an appointment, 615-597-4432. Good Health Family Clinic. Your family's good health is our mission.
Smithville's brand new hair experience is the Hairloom, located at 107 West Main Street, in the heart of downtown. At the Hairloom, we believe that every client deserves exceptional service and personalized care. Whether you're looking for a fresh cut, a stunning color, or a rejuvenating facial, our experienced team of licensed barbers, cosmetologists, and estheticians is here to make your vision a reality. Step into our relaxing and friendly environment where you can unwind while we pamper you. Your comfort and satisfaction are our top priorities. Give us a call at 615-417-1081 or book your appointment online at thehairloom.com. Experience the hair journey you've been waiting for at the Hairloom, where your beauty blooms.
Impact Physical Therapy is a direct access, cash pay physical therapy clinic, which means your care is provided one-on-one by a doctor of physical therapy, tailored to you and your needs. Whether it be injury, performance, or generalized health improvements, a plan is developed to improve your overall health, mobility, and strength safely and without injury. Another benefit of direct access is if injury does occur, you can immediately seek out care for an evaluation and treatment, potentially that day or the next day, without having to wait for a doctor appointment. Impact Physical Therapy, located at 656 West Broad Street in Smithville, inside Vitality Fit. For an appointment, call or text 615-464-7479.
Need your medications? Johnny's Drugs has got you covered. At Johnny's Drugs, we make sure you get the prescriptions you need when you need them. No more waiting around like you do at those corporate pharmacies. Johnny's Drugs is all about friendly service and efficiency. Whether it's a quick refill or some advice on over-the-counter remedies, our knowledgeable staff is here to help you feel your best. Experience the warm, welcoming atmosphere that only a hometown pharmacy can provide. Johnny's Drugs, located at 516 West Main Street in Smithville, where friendly faces and efficient hometown service come together.
Kilgore's Restaurant, where great home cooking has been their passion since 1997. If you're looking for a delicious lunch, the hot bar at Kilgore's is served up daily with plenty of home-cooked choices. Tender meats paired with 2 or 3 of their signature sides, all served up hot and fresh. If you're in a hurry, call 615-215-8249 to place your to-go order. Hey, don't forget, Kilgore's isn't just about lunch. They're also open for dinner Monday through Friday. Kilgore's also offers catering for your special events. Come on down to Kilgore's Restaurant, where every meal feels like home. Open Monday through Thursday from 10 until 9, Friday from 10 until 10.
Just like the excitement of the big game, life is filled with unforgettable moments. At Love Cantrell Funeral Home, we understand that when the final moment comes, you want to honor those moments with dignity and care. Whether you're celebrating a life well lived or finding solace in a time of grief, our compassionate staff is here to provide the support you need. Trust Love Cantrell Funeral Home to guide you through with respect and professionalism. Love Cantrell Funeral Home is a proud sponsor of DeKalb County Athletics through 3 generations. At Love Cantrell Funeral Home, love is not only in our name, but also in our services.
Ranger brake offers made in the USA, assembled in the USA, and world-sourced brake lines so that they can meet all levels of market demand. That helps them maintain a good, better, and best approach to giving customers the options they need to succeed with ease. Ranger Brake has a second-to-none qualifying process which ensures each and every product is certified before it's actually sold in the USA. By providing qualified products that are tested in the USA, Ranger Brake is doing their part to keep it safe out on the roads. Ranger Brake, proud supporters of all DeKalb County athletics.
Smithville FBC is proud to support DC Blitz and all DeKalb Sports. We have a place for you to call home on Sunday mornings and Wednesday night. We have nursery available. Pre-K through 5th graders are welcome to join Faith Kids. 6th through 12th graders are welcome to join FBC students, and everyone's outside of that is welcome to join all of our adult ministries. We meet Wednesday nights at 6, and Sunday morning small groups begin at 9 with worship at 10. Join us at Smithville FBC. It's a place to call home.
When it's time to attack those outdoor landscaping projects, you want to go into battle with the tools that will help you get the job done right the first time. After all, your time is precious. When you're ready to go on the offensive, let Southern Landscape Supply get you armed with the best landscaping tools on the market. Southern Landscape Supply is the home of Bad Boy mowers, tractors, UTVs, and handheld tools. Bad Boy, with their legendary reputation for strength, performance, and value. Hustler mowers, DeWalt, Red Max, and Echo handheld power tools, specialty turf equipment, and more. Plus, they offer the best parts and second-to-none customer service. Ready to attack your landscaping project? Prepare yourself with the best tools at the best value. Visit Southern Landscape Supply, 611 Rich Froning Way in Cookeville, or online at thesouthernlandscapesupply.com.
This is DC Blitz. We're presented by DeKalb County Insurance. Tom Kelly, Coach Casey, and we're welcoming in Mark Prichard from the Lady Rangers softball program. Mark, good to have you with us this morning.
Good morning, Tom.
I can't hardly turn on Facebook anymore and not see some post about the Lady Rangers, some exciting stuff you all have got going on. Mark, let's start from the beginning. How did the Lady Rangers come about?
Well, I think the official beginning of the Lady Rangers was Kelly, we just talked about, would her daughter was on a travel team in Lebanon, and she had reached out to us, wanted to know if we wanted to put a team together to go scrimmage them.
Mm-hmm.
So we at that moment put a team together. We went down to Lebanon. We had a scrimmage. Didn't do that great, but that kind of planted the seed to, hey, this could be fun. We have enough girls that can compete. We could go and put work into them and try to make something happen here.
How has it grown from that?
Well, I think the way that so many things grow, whether it's an organization or ball team or whatever, someone has to capture a passion there.
Sure.
So once you see that you might have a group of girls that can do something good, I feel like we as coaches captured that passion.
Mm-hmm.
So in the very infancy, it was Tim, Jared, myself, my wife Amanda, and Dylan Lawson. And in that infancy, we were all kind of like, hey, well, let's do something here. Let's keep working. And that kind of planted the seeds for the drive to say, okay, so we played this Saturday. We didn't do too good. What about a practice Tuesday?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we go to practice and start seeing what matures? So that's kind of how it got going.
So over the course, it's been 17 months. You just telling us before we went on the air since you started, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And this is all you're doing. You've had some involvement, Kelly, so I know you can jump in and kind of piggyback on some of this.
Yeah, I mean, he's right. Of course, we were talking before the show or before we came back on air. You have to have. We went to a travel ball team because there was nothing for us in Alexandria,
Mm-hmm.
And we had played in Lebanon, and we actually kind of went away. He's telling, he wants them to still be involved in rec ball, and that doesn't always work with travel ball because your travel ball coaches, you have a practice during the week as well, and then they're playing on the weekends, so they don't always understand that you need to miss to play rec ball. And so I think that is a really good thing that he's letting them do both. But they are a group of girls that will go to high school together or to junior high and high school together. And so they're learning to play together now. And I think that's, it's a good thing.
And Kelly touched on it, but you mentioned this before when we were talking before we came back from break. You encourage them to play rec. This is not just exclusive travel ball, Mark. You also want to encourage the girls to play rec league as well. And that's something we don't often see. A lot of times it's either travel or rec. You want them to do both. How does that benefit them?
Well, I think what happens, and we faced this last rec season, so we got serious into travel ball, we say August of 23, and when it came springtime to sign up for rec, we had played all winter. We played winter indoor tournaments at MTSU. Mm-hmm. We were trying to make a team out of this. We got a lot of passion from our coaches behind it, and we were all energetic about it, and so were the girls. So when rec ball came along, there was this overwhelming feeling that we didn't want to take away from the Lady Rangers to play rec.
Sure.
And then that's where I'm like, okay, we have to, talking with my wife Amanda and I, we have to carve out a way. We got to figure out a way to play rec because that's where this all started.
Mm-hmm.
There is so many pros and cons to playing rec or not play rec. So if you are a diehard travel baller, you're an organization, they will talk down about playing rec as if it holds your children back. But here is one thing, sports is kind of age specific that I knew this and I'm learning this too, but in 10U fast pitch softball, these little girls, it's important for them to enjoy first what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So I have had this compelling feeling that we have to make them have a love for this game.
Right.
Before we start pounding on them and then we work them hard, but we won't want to be overly aggressive with them and make them hate the game or not like the coach. So we try to make sure that it's fun. So when it come down to making a decision about what to do about rec, it was what I had to do, which this was hard for me because you put hundreds of hours of work into these girls.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, team, if we sign up for rec and everyone plays rec, every one of these girls are going to go out there and every one of these girls are obviously going to make the all-star team. Everyone. Mm-hmm. They're going to get to play in front of their grandparents. They're going to get to play in front of their aunts and uncles, their families. They're going to get a write-up in the paper, WGLE every now and then. They're going to love those moments. They're going to be big moments in their little life that they'll never forget. Luckily, stupid me realized that, and I think those girls went into last rec season and had the time of their little sporting lives. The only issue, and I don't call it a problem, what I had to do with the Lady Rangers, so I pretty much had to say, we're not, because there's not enough hours in the day and not enough days in the week. I said, okay, we'll sign up for rec ball, and we can't even practice Lady Rangers. We'll have, so you go Monday through Thursday, do your rec ball, play your games, play with your rec coaches, enjoy those moments. You're going to show out on your team, enjoy those moments. And then on Friday, we will have open gym. We'll come back in Lady Rangers. We'll reset. We'll practice, kind of get geared back up on what we do. And then Saturday, we'll play the tournaments. So we pretty much didn't practice, but we played tournaments every Saturday through rec.
Yeah.
And that is probably what we'll have to do this year as well, to continue supporting rec. But at the same time, all that's happening within our team, I encourage the community to come out and look and watch our rec fast pitch softball this year.
Yeah.
It's not going to look like a normal average small town rec. You're going to have, every team's going to have a real pitcher. Every team's going to have a real catcher. There's going to be plays. There's going to be delayed steals. There's going to be third strike drops. All this stuff is already learned from so many of these children. I think they'll pass it easily right on to the next rec players and help them as well. So our local rec league here in DeKalb this year in the girls fast pitch is going to be a very competitive thing, and it excites me.
It excites me too, and I've always been a huge softball fan anyway. And it's going to help down the road. Mark, is the thing when they get to middle school and they get to high school, and they played together. As you said, they've already played together all these years. It's really going to benefit down the road as well.
Yeah, I think what I was saying to you guys earlier. So this year well, let me back up just a second. We have run 17 months with just a 10U team.
Mm-hmm.
So Amanda, my wife, as we coached rec ball, she kind of fell in love with several of the older girls that's too old to play on our team.
Mm-hmm.
So for better or worse, we have started a 12U Lady Rangers team that is coached by Charlie Trammell, Daniel Harrington, and David Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
So they started work about 90 days ago. They're using our indoor. They're a part of us. We basically are sponsoring them and working with those coaches. They have also chosen, Amanda and myself, along with them, chose 10 girls and we feel like we know all of the local girls,
Sure.
Most of them for at any rate. We chose 10 girls to call and bring in, and we developed the 12U Lady Ranger team exactly like the 10U. So every single one of these girls played the DeKalb rec ball right here on College Street. They practiced for approximately 90 days, 70 to 90 days, and they played their first indoor tournament last weekend. So they played Saturday, we played Sunday. The 12U team played on Saturday. Amanda and I went to watch. It was a complete joy to see those local girls with those smiles on their faces, and those coaches are going to make them a very competitive team.
Yeah.
Now, going over to the Saints, those 12U girls, there are a number of those girls that are on the Saints. They're young Saints right now that are already on the team. I do believe firmly that starting this year, and especially next year, you're going to see a substantial change of how that can assist the Saints.
Right.
So the Lady Rangers and all this local work, you're going to see a lot of W's in the win column, and I don't think any local competitor is going to be able to do anything about that. These girls have put in hundreds of hours of work, and whether you're a professional adult or a child youth sports, if you put in hundreds of hours of work, it shows.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to show for them.
Your 10U and 12U, both those teams are by design select. There weren't, you invited them, but there weren't tryouts. And is that how you've established those teams? And is there the opportunity for someone who wants to be a part of these teams to contact you and get a tryout?
So the way that we selected the teams, and this is kind of Charlie Trammell, myself, my wife Amanda, Dylan Lawson, we're all part of the Lady Ranger organization. We're all actually volunteers on the local softball board. So we were all on the board for the softball league. What that has meant is for the last 3 years, we've spent hours upon hours out there with these girls. So we know the girls, we got the player list, we see the players. So we selected the original players from that list. And I will say this, I'll throw throw out to Travis Neal. So there are a few more local girls that from our rec league that are playing on the Cookeville Smokies. So Travis Neal, Brandon Cox, they're involved with our local girls as well. So those guys have, so to answer your question, yes, there was more girls that wanted to play on the Lady Rangers, but there's only so many spaces. Like you can't carry 14 girls because then you can't keep parents happy, kids happy. Coaches can't be happy. It's just too much.
Yeah.
So you need to carry 10 or 11 girls. So Brandon Cox and Travis have both got involved with the Cookeville Smokies organization, and they have, in fact, carried local girls with them. So that's going to be a benefit. That will wind up being a benefit to DeKalb County school ball as well. So good. I didn't answer his last question. So any interest in playing with the Lady Rangers? So I feel like after playing 182 games or 186 games, so we played 186 games in 17 months, which is a ton of games. But we felt like by using just DeKalb County girls, it took us, I hate to say it this way, but maybe it's okay. It took us that much work to be really competitive because we're not joining little sideline tournaments. We're entering NSA sanctioned. We're only entering sanctioned tournaments for the most part. So we're playing USFA softball, NSA softball. We want to be a good team. I have a passion of trying to beat the best. So sometimes that makes it difficult for us when we're playing what we feel is the best. I tell the girls, hey, we got to cross T's and dot I's here. They can make a few mistakes. We can't make mistakes.
Sure.
So, and a lot of times we can manage to come out of there with a W or a very solid game that makes us all proud. So,
Right. So in terms of being involved, and again, you only have so many spots to fill, just the time commitment, what would be required of that if someone would be interested? Because I know you talk about rec ball during the week. You're playing weekend tournaments. Do you play year-round, certain months? How does that work?
So Kelly can attest to this, and you had it is a scary thing, the commitment that it requires to be good at any youth sport.
True.
So I was looking last night, just thinking about this podcast. In the last 17 months, we're looking at 400 hours of practice and about 350 hours of Saturday playtime.
Wow.
So that commitment, the only way to follow through with that commitment is to go to that field, let that kid start playing, and let that kid drive that commitment.
Right.
Because if they don't want to go, mom and dad can't go 700 hours in 1 year. You can't be somewhere that much.
Yeah.
But if you can,
yes, you can.
well, Kelly says that, but Marley, her daughter, has that commitment.
Right.
Marley is a big part of our team. Very proud of Marley. Marley does a good job for us, and I'm happy to see her face every time she comes.
The player has got to have the commitment. First and foremost, that's it. I mean,
talking about Marley, we played for several different teams, and how we ended up, she got cut from the team she was on and didn't really understand why she got cut. It was part of when you play travel ball, it's part of it. And so it was late in July. There's no teams available. And I just called Amanda and I was like, hey, can we just practice? I just want her to stay and practice skate. And so she practiced some, and they're like, hey, can she pick up? And so we just kind of fell into it. But for here, I'll give you the pros and cons of here and there. For here, if I had basketball practice this year, I would say, hey, Mark, can you pick her up when you're going to Smithville? And Dylan would drop her off, or Sierra would drop her off, depending on if we had a game, because Harper plays as well. And so it was helped me be able to be at two places at once because I could send my kid. And you can't do that when you play, in Murfreesboro or Cookville. I mean, even the Cookville girls somebody's got to take them. And you've got to be able to trust that you can leave your kid at practice for an hour and a half and go do Walmart or go do something else. A lot of times my parents would bring her up to practice. I don't mind asking them to drive to Smithville to let her practice, and then I'll come get her or something after Maddox's practice or something. And I know he's understanding about, I have another child that plays baseball. We're going to figure out a way to get Marley to and from, and Marley might go to their house and have her favorite meal of rice and A1 because she has taught the Prichard family.
Rice and A1.
That's Marley's concoction, and I think Mark's kids now like it too.
Yeah, they do. Marley is, I call Marley self-sufficient. She makes her own rice and pours A1 on it. And now all my kids do it too. So
breakfast of champions or dinner of champions.
Snack
of champions. Well, whenever you want it, I guess. Mark, thank you so much for coming by. We appreciate all that you and this group is doing.
Hey, I got one more question for him.
You okay?
What have you learned the most in coaching?
I think that that's a great question, and I will say this: after 700 hours in the last 17 months, I think the biggest thing that coaches live a difficult life. Okay, I don't care if you're getting paid for it; it makes it a little bit better. But if you're volunteering, coaches live a difficult life. So pat a coach on the back.
Yeah,
like the commitment that it takes to coach school ball. Those coaches or volunteer coaching for rec leagues.
Mm-hmm.
There's some coaches that volunteer because their child's playing, but they don't volunteer because they don't care.
Yeah.
They care enough to try. They care enough to commit their time. So when you're coaching, you can't just show up you have to have a practice plan. You have to have some discipline in your own life. You have to make that time. You have to wedge that time into your schedule.
Sure.
So if I've learned anything about coaching, I would not say anything to a coach anyway. I already understood to respect coaches and give them their freedom to make mistakes and do great things because no coach is perfect. But I will say this, anytime you get a chance to pat a coach on the back, do that. And I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about school coaches. I'm talking about because a coach's life, so it's a cycle of the highest highs or the lowest lows.
Yeah.
And when you care, most coaches coach because they're competitive.
Mm-hmm.
Amanda and I are both very competitive people. This has just fell right into our lap.
Yeah.
I mean, we would compete at flipping spoons on the kitchen table. so this has just fell right into our lap, and it's kind of ate us alive at the passion you get into it and making these girls be competitive.
Sure.
So I feel like the team is our baby. There's a strong commitment to us. I will also say this that you learn about coaching. Coaching is highest highs and lowest lows. You can love what you're doing 1 minute, and then all you have to do is let someone in your house get the flu. You're like, why am I coaching? There's no way I have time to
right.
coach.
Yeah, I bet.
I can't do this.
Yeah.
But if I have learned a lot about the game, obviously. So Amanda played some 1,300 softball games in her lifetime.
Yeah.
Very passionate softball player, loves the game. Amanda being my wife, you playing the game and coaching the game are different things.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's you being the coach or the head coach, assistant coach. You have to be concerned with all facets of the game. So our team and our motto, and it's not really part of the question, but I'm a big next play guy.
Yeah.
So we make a mistake. I'm not really a big let's beat them down and get them. Let's go to the next play. I feel like as they go on and mature in the sport, in any sport in the world, the faster you can go to that next play, it's just better.
Sure.
And it's hard to coach. I tell my coaches all the time, coaches have to go to the next play too.
Yeah.
I know we have to go to that next play.
Yeah.
Because I know we got this we want to say right in their little ear. but let's go to the next play. We'll talk about that after. So I've learned a lot about coaching the game. I'm still learning. We're all still learning. I don't think a coach ever stops learning. But yeah, pat a coach on the back.
Absolutely.
Coach's life's not very easy.
It's not, especially when you start talking about rec league and school sports, as you mentioned. I don't think they're appreciated enough for, the amount of pay, and in a lot of cases, no pay at all. They're just doing it because they love the game. You just hit the nail on the head, Mark, and I appreciate you saying that on behalf of all coaches.
I don't have a question for you, but I have a statement for you. How about that?
Oh, no.
Obviously, I haven't been real involved with softball because of boys, and of course, I was over the baseball league. But to watch what you've done with that Ranger program down there and still not sacrifice the commitment you have to local kids here in the rec leagues, I want to tell you, it has really been something to watch. I really, really appreciate the work that you've done, not only for that team, but for all the kids around in the county. You've been very helpful even in baseball. And you run a full-time business. No one has an excuse.
He does not sleep. I'm convinced.
I physically don't know how you have enough time in the day to do all the stuff that you do. And I just want you to know that is noticed even by non-softball people, and it's very appreciated.
That's called Amanda.
It must be. I don't. How in the world?
Amanda is the brains.
Hey, thank you so much for saying that, Casey. And I was just about to say the same thing. I don't think any of what I'm doing would be going on without Amanda. And Amanda's the backbone of our team. She's the backbone of keeping my life together. I do work hard and try hard, but these kids, I have 3 daughters. They're 10, 7, and 5. And I think they're all crazy too, maybe. But when you have children, we all know that are parents, there's nothing that you wouldn't do for them. And something that softball is teaching me along the way is it goes so fast that this whole child thing, life is difficult from day to day with children. You've got to get them to and from, you've got to do all these things. But it is an absolute blessing of life to be able to go watch them play something or do something. And whether when a parent is critical of them, oh man, the parent only knows that all in the world you're trying to do is make them better because you love them so much. So I think is you bringing up the rec league, I would like to say this, and Coach Vance mentioned this earlier about the how do you get involved, or how would you get involved with the Lady Rangers, or even one of the other, how can you get noticed? I would say this, try out for your local rec league. The sign-ups opened on the 28th of this month. So the online signups are open right now for DeKalb County T-ball, coach pitch, and fast pitch softball rec league. Sign up for that rec league. Everyone that's associated with Lady Rangers is going to be around that rec league park every night. Kudos to Chad Driver in the rec league. He's done a fantastic job with that. He's got a good team behind him, and honestly, man, we're excited about the rec league. We've got some field improvements that we're going to do before the season. Tryouts. So sign-ups are open online from today until February 28th.
Okay.
And then tryouts will be March the 8th, Saturday, March the 8th. And every kid that signs up is expected to try out. So that's really the way to get noticed, and that's the way to get your start. Don't skip over the rec league. Go out there, support it, and it will support you as well. It'll be a fun time for the kids, family.
Absolutely. All right, we'll get into, again, sign-ups all throughout the month of February. I failed to notice today is the first day of February. So throughout the month, and then tryouts coming up March 8th. Mark, thank you so much for sharing this info today. I've learned a bunch today, and I appreciate you stopping in and filling us in on Lady Rangers and talking some rec league. And we're just looking forward to spring season anyway, but rec league and for everything the Lady Rangers are doing. Good luck and thank you.
Hey, do we got to go off here?
No, go right ahead. We have no time limit.
Now this is for my girls right here.
Okay.
I want to throw kudos out to our girls. Last night I was looking, and we're always busy working going forward, so I don't go back and reflect too much. But last night, some of our stats from this year, and don't make fun of us for playing so much. I feel like we had to play to be decent. But our overall record is 110, 67, and 5. So we had 5 ties. Those are seed games.
Yeah.
We played in 29 tournaments in the last 17 months. We've had 16 championship appearances, which is near and dear to our heart from the competitive perspective. We won 5 tournaments, which they're so hard to win.
Yeah.
I mean, they're so hard to actually get it done. And some of our high points, these are high moments that I remember for the girls. I mean, there was a lot of tears of joy on these 3 days right here. We were the 2024 TYBA 10U state champs. We were the 2024 NSA 9U state tourney runner-ups. That was in Clarksville. That was a very long day. There was a rain delay.
2 days.
Yes,
It's 2 days.
We had the rain.
We weren't playing with y'all, but it was 2 days because we stayed and watched y'all.
Yeah, we had to play 5 games back to back. We got put in the losers bracket and had to play 4 games in a row back to back to back to back.
Wow.
To make it to the championship. And I think there was emotion in parents' eyes, kids' eyes, and coaches' eyes that day. It was a tough day.
And exhaustion.
And then this one is not so much about we didn't win the championship, but we qualified for the 2024 NSA 10U World Series, which we attended, and I would have probably been happy with 7th, 8th, 9th place out of there, and we came in 4th place in the World Series. It was another amazing day, and we had to beat some of Middle Tennessee's top teams to get there. So wow. Those are some things I wanted to throw out to the girls, and I know that some of them are listening this morning. When you are maturing right now by understanding and developing an understanding of how hard work pays off. We were no good 17 months ago. Mm-hmm. We're not as good as we want to be today, but we're way better than we was. And if you keep on going, we can make this thing a lot better. So
absolutely.
Keep up the hard work, and I'm proud of you girls.
I'm proud of you, too. That's some tremendous number statistics. That is fantastic. Mark Prichard of the Lady Rangers softball program joining us this morning. Mark, thank you again, and keep it up. We'll be following you, and we'll definitely have you back on to talk more about it in the months ahead. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much.
All right, we come back. We got a big announcement. We'll tell you all about it when we come back to DC Blitz. We're presented by DeKalb County Insurance.
Teamwork, accountability, honesty, showing respect, dependability. These are all qualities that I began learning as an athlete growing up in DeKalb County. Hi, this is Tennessee Assistant Golf Coach Payne Denman. Whenever you're looking for a teammate that has your back, look no farther than my friend Grant James and the team at DeKalb County Insurance. They can help out with all your business, auto, home, life, or Medicare insurance needs. Give them a call today at 615-597-0660 or visit them at www.dekabinsurance.net. Tell them I sent you, and as always, go Vols.
When closing on a new home or piece of property, you want the process to be as smooth as possible. For almost 20 years, DeKalb Title LLC has been helping new property owners in Smithville and DeKalb County through that process promptly and efficiently. As your trusted title expert and closing company, they believe buying or selling real estate should be a joyous occasion, and their team does everything possible to keep it that way. DeKalb Title works to make sure your transaction gets to the closing table and your new property is secure for years to come. Let DeKalb Title help you close and protect your residential, commercial, or new construction transaction today. Call 615-597-2303 or visit them online at DeKalbTitle.com.
As first-time home buyers, navigating the real estate market can be both exciting and daunting. At Farmhouse Realty, we understand your unique needs and are dedicated to guiding you through the process with ease. With our extensive knowledge of DeKalb County and its surrounding areas, we can help you find your dream home or sell your existing property at the best possible price. Farmhouse Realty is committed to understanding your financial situation and goals, finding the perfect home that aligns with your lifestyle, negotiating the best terms for your purchase or sale, and being there for you every step of the way. Give us a call today at 615-597-FARM. That's 615-597-3276, or check out our listings at farmhouserealty.org. Farmhouse Realty. Let us help you achieve your real estate dreams.
Hey, Sam!
Who said that? Cheryl? What are you doing up there?
My bank always leaves me up in the air. I'm still waiting for an answer. Oh, darn birds.
Well, switch to First Bank. They have fast local decision makers and the latest banking products and digital.
Whew, what a relief. I'll call First Bank. When I was up there, I saw a branch near me.
First Bank never leaves you hanging. Bank local. Get more. Member FDIC.
Prompt, professional, and courteous healthcare services. That's what you find when you visit Good Health Family Clinic, 414 East Broad Street in Smithville. When you're on the go, you can't afford to be sick. The staff at Good Health Family Clinic is committed to getting you back on your feet and feeling better as soon as possible. They are locally owned, so you know you're being helped by people from right here at home, who you know and trust. Good Health Family Clinic accepts most insurances and is currently accepting new patients. Call to schedule an appointment, 615-597-4432. Good Health Family Clinic. Your family's good health is our mission.
Smithville's brand new hair experience is the Hairloom, located at 107 West Main Street, in the heart of downtown. At the Hairloom, we believe that every client deserves exceptional service and personalized care. Whether you're looking for a fresh cut, a stunning color, or a rejuvenating facial, our experienced team of licensed barbers, cosmetologists, and estheticians is here to make your vision a reality. Step into our relaxing and friendly environment where you can unwind while we pamper you. Your comfort and satisfaction are our top priorities. Give us a call at 615-417-1081 or book your appointment online at thehairloom.com. Experience the hair journey you've been waiting for at the Hairloom, where your beauty blooms.
Impact Physical Therapy is a direct access, cash pay physical therapy clinic, which means your care is provided one-on-one by a doctor of physical therapy, tailored to you and your needs. Whether it be injury, performance, or generalized health improvements, a plan is developed to improve your overall health, mobility, and strength safely and without injury. Another benefit of direct access is if injury does occur, you can immediately seek out care for an evaluation and treatment, potentially that day or the next day, without having to wait for a doctor appointment. Impact Physical Therapy, located at 656 West Broad Street in Smithville, inside Vitality Fit. For an appointment, call or text 615-464-7479.
Do you ever get tired of long waits at the corporate pharmacy? Well, let me introduce you to your hometown hero, Johnny's Drugs. Located at 516 West Main Street in Smithville, Johnny's Drugs is all about friendly service and efficiency. Our team knows your name and understands your needs because we're not just a pharmacy, we're your neighbors. Experience the warm, welcoming atmosphere that only a hometown pharmacy can provide. Johnny's Drugs, where friendly faces and efficient hometown service come together.
When you've been in business for over a quarter century, you know you're doing something right. And they've been doing things right at Kilgore's Restaurant since 1997. When you ask people around town about the best place to eat, you can bet the name Kilgore's will be mentioned. From their amazing chicken to juicy steaks, fresh fish, succulent shrimp, hearty burgers, or flavorful pork chops, Kilgore's has something for everyone. Don't forget their hot bar at lunchtime, Mondays through Fridays, then bring the family back for dinner. They are open from 10 until 9 Mondays through Thursdays and 10 until 10 on Fridays. If you're on the go, you can phone in your order at 615-215-8249, then pick it up at their convenient drive-through window. Come on down to Kilgore's Restaurant, where every meal feels like home.
At Love Cantrell Funeral Home, we understand that this life is a journey filled with highs and lows. Just as every game has its final whistle, so too does every life have its final moment. When that time comes, Love Cantrell Funeral Home would love the opportunity to earn your trust. We provide compassionate care and professional services to fit your family's financial needs. Whether you're celebrating a life well lived or finding comfort in the time of sudden loss, we're here to support you every step of the way. Love Cantrell Funeral Home has been a proud sponsor of all DeKalb County athletics for over 65 years. Love Cantrell Funeral Home, where love is not only in our name, but also in our services.
Ranger brake offers made in the USA, assembled in the USA, and world-sourced brake lines so that they can meet all levels of market demand. That helps them maintain a good, better, and best approach to giving customers the options they need to succeed with ease. Ranger Brake has a second-to-none qualifying process which ensures each and every product is certified before it's actually sold in the USA. By providing qualified products that are tested in the USA, Ranger Brake is doing their part to keep it safe out on the roads. Ranger Brake, proud supporters of all DeKalb County athletics.
Smithville FBC is proud to support DC Blitz and all DeKalb Sports. We have a place for you to call home on Sunday mornings and Wednesday night. We have nursery available. Pre-K through 5th graders are welcome to join Faith Kids. 6th through 12th graders are welcome to join FBC students, and everyone's outside of that is welcome to join all of our adult ministries. We meet Wednesday nights at 6, and Sunday morning small groups begin at 9 with worship at 10. Join us at Smithville FBC. It's a place to call home.
Bad Boy Mowers' legendary reputation for strength, performance, and value is now available with Bad Boy tractors. From mid-size to subcompact models powered by 22 to 35 horsepower water-cooled diesel engines, your tractor work just got real easy. On the farm, the ranch, or even around the house, Bad Boy tractors deliver power and durability all day, every day. Bad Boy tractors work with an attitude. Find your big boy tractor at Southern Landscape Supply, 611 Rich Froning Way in Cookeville. Visit them online at thesouthernlandscapesupply.com.
DC Blitz, presented by DeKalb County Insurance. We are so excited about this next announcement that we're about to make. Next Sunday, DC Blitz will be teaming up with a brand new business called Caddyshack Smithville to host a Super Bowl get-together show / party. Lucas Phillips, I hope, is on the line with us. Lucas, are you there?
I'm here. Thanks for having me.
Lucas, not only are we going to have a big party, and we're going to talk to you more about this in just a moment, but we've got a very special guest who's going to be there. Lucas, I'm going to let you do the introduction.
Awesome. If you don't care, give me 1 second. I'm going to get him tagged in on the other line.
Okay, and we're very excited to have a former Tennessee Vol, Tennessee Titan, NFL star, and he's going to be there that day for some meet and greet and to talk with us. Lucas, just let us know when you're ready. I think we lost him. No, he's probably merging calls in, but I'm not too terribly excited about the matchup, but man, I'm really excited about this event, y'all. It's going to be fun.
I don't even know who to be for.
It don't matter.
I follow the Kelsey Brothers podcast, and so I don't like either team. But
all right, I think Lucas is back with us. Lucas, who's our special guest going to be?
Guys, we have the legendary former Pro Bowler, Tennessee Titan, Tennessee Vol, Albert Hainsworth with us. Albert, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Albert,
what's going on?
Man, we are so excited to have you coming to this event, Albert. Man, thank you so much. We're looking forward to it, man.
Oh, yeah, me too. Lucas is one of my good friends, so when he said that he's having a Super Bowl event, I was like, yeah, I'll come down. So I'm kind of excited about it.
Heck yeah, man. We're going to have a good time, so we want to encourage everybody to come out and meet with Albert and chat with him a moment. Albert, we hope we can have you on the show for a little bit and talk about your football career and some good things coming up next Sunday.
Oh, yeah, out there, yeah, that's no problem.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to it. Albert, we know your time is precious, man. We're not going to keep you long, but we wanted to share that big announcement. Next Sunday, now we're going to start our broadcast around 2 o'clock, and we'll get into the kind of the ins and outs here with Lucas about what will be going on at Caddyshack Smithville next Sunday, but we'll get our stuff started about 2. And, man, we're just looking forward to it. Can't wait to see you next Sunday.
Okay, good.
On, brother.
All right. Hey, no problem, bro.
All right.
See you next week.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. All right. Lucas, we're looking forward to this, but let's back up before we get more into the Super Bowl stuff. I want to talk about Caddyshack Smithville. This is something that's just opened up, and kind of how did you get this started, and what was the mindset going into it?
Yeah, so after getting out of being able to play sports and your younger days, high school, college, all that good stuff. If you're an athlete, you always kind of want something to be able to still be able to compete in and play, and mainly enjoy time with friends and family. My dad, my brother, they're big golfers, so it's something that we've always liked to do together. And another, aside from that, is when I moved back to town, I was asking one of my buddies, to go watch a football game one day. I think it was like Monday Night Football or something. And He's like, well, where do you want to go? And I was like, I don't really mind. Just another closest from that. And he's like, I guess we'll go to, Buffalo Wild Wings in Cookeville or something like that. And I'm like, no, we can just go over here. And he's like, well, there's really nowhere open after, 8 p.m. to watch the game at. And so I was like, that's a very good point. So, you put the two together, some good little spot to go watch sports games at, and golf simulator, atmosphere controlled, weather controlled, and a good place to just kind of hang out, have a good time, and watch some sports. So that was kind of the idea behind it.
Are you kind of still in development on things, or where are you? I know you're open and the simulator's been open, but are you still got some work ahead of you to kind of get it to where you want it to be?
For sure. And I think that's something that hopefully will always evolve, right? Always wanting to add new stuff and be able to make it as fun and family friendly and enjoyable as possible. Currently, we have all 3 simulators up and running. We have for a whole week now. This is our first full weekend open. We launched last Saturday. We do not have our food set up yet, but that will be something that will be finalized here within the next week or two. It's not going to be a full service restaurant. However, it will be something like you'd want to have at like Topgolf in Nashville if you've been. Appetizers, foods that you'd get at a ballpark, sports bar kind of deal. And then we have our beer permit that has been approved, and we're going to set up our distributors next week. And so hopefully here in the next week or two, it will be full service, ready to go. And we obviously already have sodas, snacks, stuff like that for currently.
Lucas, when is Caddyshack open? And I believe you have to reserve a bay if you want to come out and use the simulator. Is that correct?
Correct. Right now we are open from 5 to 9 p.m. throughout the week, and that's on Monday through Thursday. And then on Fridays, we'll open from 5 to midnight. And then on Saturdays, it will be 9 a.m. to midnight. And on Sundays, it will be from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. It is reservation only throughout the week, including Sunday. But on Friday and Saturday, reservations are not needed. You can walk in. However, with there only being 3 bays, if you want to make sure you have a spot, we highly encourage you to book a reservation because they have filled up fairly quickly, and the reservation times vary. Someone can reserve a bay for 1 hour, but typically our reservations average about 2 to 3 hours, because if you have a group of guys or girls or a family that wants to go out there and actually play a course, there's over 1,000 courses. If you want to play a whole 18 holes, with a group of 3 or 4, that's going to take you anywhere from 3 to 4 hours, depending on how fast you play. So I don't want, people to walk in there and have to turn them away because everything's filled up and they won't be able to, play or sit and wait. They don't want to sit 4 hours. So reservations are definitely.
How do you make reservations?
You can call 615-815-7685, call or text. And then comment on the social media pages on Facebook, send a message on Facebook, and we actually will have a full booking service on the website, which will be dropping hopefully tonight or tomorrow. So funny story about that. It's actually, we've tested it accidentally. We were open the other day, and some people from out of town was like, they're like, I saw this Caddyshack on Facebook, and the wife just kind of typed it on Google, Caddyshack Smithville, and it popped up on the website, and they made a reservation. They showed up, and I was like, kind of threw me off guard because I hadn't, announced it yet, but Google search engine put it out there. So they walked in, and I was like, hey, walk in. She's like, no, I have a reservation. And I was like, oh no, I hope I didn't just overbook, and sure enough, it was already in the calendar. So yeah, the website will be good to go hopefully by tonight or tomorrow.
Lucas, Chris Vance here. How are you?
Coach Vance, what's up? I'm
Not
good. How are
much. How's Seabass doing?
He's doing great, man. He's got a little boy that is 8 months old or so, and he's just growing fast. He's starting to get his personality, running around. Not running around, but in his little, I don't know, baby walker thing. So he's doing well.
Well, you make sure you tell Sebastian that I said hello.
I will do it. I will do it.
And I want to know the story on you and Albert Hainsworth, and how did you hook up? How did y'all become friends? And catch me up on that.
Yeah, so I met Al probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago. I was living downtown in Nashville, and we ran into each other and had mutual friends. I had a couple friends that played for the Titans. They were their first year, rookie year, going on to the Titans, and we were all just kind of hanging out as a group. And Al happened to be in the same spot, and we just kind of started talking and have a lot of similarities. Obviously, both football backgrounds. His, incredible. So I was a big fan, and just kind of really appreciated that aspect of who he is. And he's also very like-minded in business-wise. He has a cool venture that he has started, and he might speak a little bit about that at the show. I'm not sure yet, but just a lot of similarities, man. We kind of hit it off instantly. So,
well, that's cool. I was excited about next Sunday anyway, just Super Bowl in general, and now we've got this thing going, and Albert's going to be there, and I'm really looking forward to this. I'm super excited.
Heck yeah, it'll be a good time, man. It'll be fun. We'll see who wins it. I'm pulling for the Bills. So
pulling for the Bills. did they
was past tense was.
Oh, well, okay. Yeah, Lucas, we'll talk a little about now from our perspective. We're planning on starting our broadcast about 2:00 now. Guest, of course, Albert's going to be there. Stephen Jennings is going to drop by. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I just realized in my mind they just lost. Well, they already lost last week, didn't they?
Okay.
Come on, Lucas.
I had your back.
This whole thing is totally illegitimate now.
This was previously recorded.
But we will have Stephen Jennings. He'll be stopping by as well to talk with us. Eli Cross, of course, played college football at Lindsey Wilson. Eli is going to come out for a segment with us, and. In the golf theme, we're going to have the Sullivan sisters. They're not Sullivans anymore, but because they're married. But Mallory Finksler and Shay Walter are coming out. We hadn't got confirmation on Shay, but we think she's going to be there. Mallory's already committed, so they'll all be part of our show. And who knows who else may stop by? Then we're going to have a lot of fun. Lucas, we're really looking forward to it. We thank you for partnering up with DC Blitz for that, and we're just ready to have a good time next Sunday.
Heck yeah, me too. Just to let everybody know, just to double down, it will be family friendly. Families, all ages are welcome to come in. So I wanted to, make sure that is emphasized. And with it starting around 2:00, we'll hopefully do the show, and then maybe have like an hour or so for just kind of hang out and stuff before game time, and then be ready to roll. Also, a quick shout out, if that's okay.
Sure.
We're gonna have one of the hottest new food trucks coming out. So Jordan Atnip's new Jude food truck, he's going to be catering the whole event. So we're going to have some really awesome food for the event ready to roll.
I'm glad to hear that. I've not got to check it out yet, but I've heard so many good things, so that's exciting too. We're looking forward to a big time, so come out and be with us, DC Blitz and Caddyshack Smithville with the Super Bowl party coming up next Sunday. Now, we won't have a show next Saturday morning, so if you tune in next Saturday, you won't see us. We're going to move our show to Sunday. We'll have special guests, and, of course, check out Caddyshack Smithville. Don't wait around, though. Make a reservation. Head on out. Lucas said that number was 615-815-7685 if you want to make a reservation to go out and try out the golf simulator. And, Lucas, I think you're open at 12 today. Is that right?
Correct. We open from 12 to 12 today.
All
Usually it'll be 9, but we had some stuff to get ready and then get ready for the show, so we pushed it back a little.
Yeah, let's make sure we get all 3 of those bays filled up for the duration of our presence in the Super Bowl next Sunday.
Absolutely. So call and make those reservations. Lucas Phillips of Caddyshack Smithville and Albert Hainsworth has been our guest this segment. Lucas, thank you so much. We'll see you Sunday.
Thanks, guys. Have a good day.
All right, before we wrap up here today, y'all, we got to announce our Good Health Family Clinic Student Athlete of the Week, and that is going to be Emmeline Hendricks of the DeKalb Middle School Lady Saints. So before I forget it, because I will, but congratulations to Emmeline. And by the way, we finally got all the plaques, y'all. So if you won the award and hadn't got your plaque. We'll be getting it to you here in the next few days. Let's jump back on the Super Bowl party, y'all. We'll all make our predictions next Sunday, and we'll try to get all of our guests to do so as well when they come in to be part of the show. But again, the game, meh. But I'm looking forward to this event, and I'm looking forward to checking out Caddyshack. I'm excited about this.
I was over there the other night.
Did you try out the simulator?
No. Marley's where they have their hitting where they have their indoor at is right next door, and so I just sneaked over and saw. It's pretty cool. It's probably the coolest thing in Smithville right now. Especially, and my son, who never wants to do anything with his sister, is like, "Can I go to Marley's practice?" And I'm like, "Why are you going?" And he's like, "I want to go." So I imagine he'll be spending all his lunch money at the Caddyshack playing golf. So I'm super excited for Lucas and this new adventure.
I think he, as he mentioned, he's still working on a few things, but it's kind of, Chris, it feels like to me it's going to be I hate to say it, like a Buffalo Wild Wings, but it'll have that kind of vibe to it, I guess, with some food, and then you got the simulator, a place to go and watch games. And that's nice to have right here in our backyard.
I think so. If anyone has ever been to Top Golf, I think that's what Lucas is trying to simulate, and then add his own special flair, which he can do. He's just super with all this tech stuff and savvy stuff. I want to throw something out there, and Lucas can kind of rebuttal this or whatever. But I did go to their website, and golfers out there, I think Isaac Walker, one of our former high school golfers, is offering lessons.
Yeah.
So throw that out there, a little whatever for Isaac Walker, and maybe get him some business that way. But I'm super excited about it, and like you, I could care less. I really don't have a connection. I was asking you, are there any former Tennessee Vols on the Redskins? And there weren't on the Eagles either. So it's like
Trey Smith does play for Kansas City
right now.
He does,
and I'm hoping he's a Titan next year. We need him on the Titans. We need him.
So does Taylor Swift and.
Hey, I like Taylor Swift now.
Well, she don't like you.
She does too.
Well, you will get to see all the Taylor Swift you want if you watch the.
Well, I don't watch for. Well, that's probably a reason half the women watches, because maybe they want to see what she's going to wear, because we really don't care about football that much. But I am. I mean,
who are you?
Hey, we went through a whole football season. You know, I don't know much about it. I just watch it, and they're holding every single time.
Well, no one could tell, Kelly. You did a great job.
Casey, you've been quiet today.
Well, Chris took my question I was going to ask Lucas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because, how in the world does he know Albert Haynesworth? That would have been, is there two? That's what, that's what I would have asked. But.
Now you know how I feel, because Tom starts off and 5 of my first 6 questions he's already asked.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Can I,
y'all need to submit your questions to each other, and then this will happen.
That's how much show prep we do, y'all. We just.
I don't think people fully understand how prepared you are for these shows.
Is.
It's like watching you write this stuff down. It's just impressive. Okay. I didn't even bring a pencil with me. So
I'll get you one. Have one for Sunday.
Yeah, thank you. Yes.
Well, again, we want to make mention, no show next Saturday, Sunday afternoon, 2 o'clock. We were going to start at 2:30. We backed it up to 2 o'clock because of the amount of guests we have. And I've just invited them to stop by. We're not going to have a set schedule. So whenever our guests get there, we will work them into the broadcast. We have ordered some cards and pictures that we're going to get Albert to sign, and hopefully they get here on time, and we'll get those. We'll have those as giveaways. We may have some more stuff. Matter of fact, if you're a sponsor out there, we will include you as a sponsor on the show. If you have something you would like to give away as a door prize, as part of that, doesn't have to be anything spectacular, but we're going to make this an event one way or another, and we're really looking forward to it. It's our, I guess, our first big kind of live sort of event, but we've got more of those coming up, y'all. We're going to be at the car show on March 1st. We're looking forward to that, and we're kind of in the planning stages of an NFL draft show, too, so we got some stuff coming up.
Got a game Tuesday.
Got a game on Valentine's Day, and we got spring sports in a month, so we'll be starting our spring season officially 1 month from today on Saturday, March 1st. I'm excited about spring and get rid of this cold weather. Okay, Groundhog see you shadow tomorrow. Anybody?
Oh yeah, we always have 6 more weeks. Look,
from the teachers.
I don't understand how you could not see your shadow. I see my shadow on a sunless day.
And she's our groundhog.
Well, I mean, you do.
You have to understand the vision of the groundhog.
If it's daylight, you see your shadow. I mean,
tomorrow morning we're all going to show up at Kelly's house and pull her out of her house and see if she wants. Do you see your shadow?
No,
put her back in there.
I want y'all to come and pull Maddox out of bed so I don't have to, and I can actually be on time for once.
Yeah.
You know, I remember a few years ago they made a big deal on the news because Punxsutawney Phil bit one of the people, one of the handlers, and I'm like, you yanked this poor thing out of its hole.
Les Nessman.
Yeah. And you get bit and you think it's a surprise. I mean, you come get me out of my warm bed while I'm sleeping. Well, I might bite you too. But anyway, tomorrow's Groundhog Day. Let's hope for not 6 more weeks of winter because I'm ready for warm weather.
We still have 4 snow days to use.
You'll get them.
Oh, yeah.
You'll get them somewhere.
I don't. We're out.
Get them in.
There'll be a forecast for cold or rain or something. Y'all get them. Don't worry.
You know, I was talking to Lavonda last night. She just looked so exhausted. I said, "What's wrong with you?" She said, "I had to work the whole week this time." Pitiful.
Terrible. All right, let's get out of here, y'all. Want to thank all of our guests today: Shelia, Kirby, and members of the DeKalb County High School cheerleaders, Mark Prichard of the Lady Rangers. Of course, Lucas Phillips and Albert Hainsworth joining us via telephone today. Mark your calendar. Come out for the Super Bowl show next Sunday, 2 o'clock. By the way, that's I didn't get the address. I know it's over in that building.
It's right across from the dentist office.
Dr. Tatum.
Dr. Tatum.
Yeah.
And parking is a little. There's not a lot.
Non-existent.
There's non-existent. So you're going to have to kind of park and walk a little bit, but you're going to get some exercise before you go play golf.
People walk 5 miles to go watch a Titans get the brakes beat off of them. I'm sure you can walk a block.
Y'all walk uphill both ways at UT games.
Yeah,
so.
well, that's true.
301 South 3rd Street, Smithville, Tennessee, 37166 if you're coming from long distance.
There you go. 301 South 3rd Street.
Plug
Thank you,
that
Coach.
into the Google machine.
All right, let's get out of here. For Casey, for Coach, for Kelly, for our producer, Daniel Leslie, I'm Tom Duggan for DC Blitz, presented by DeKalb County Insurance. We'll see you next Sunday.